Hi guys, welcome back to more episodes of Money Heist. We're on to episode 7 of season 3. So this is a short season, at least the way they've done it on Netflix. There's 8 episodes, so this is the penultimate episode already. And after a bit of deliberation and Sierra having to pretty much take orders, it looks as though we finally have Rio back. That's kind of where we left it. So let's carry on. Just before I do, if you are enjoying Money Heist or any other videos on my channel, any other series, don't forget to hit the subscribe and we'll carry straight on with episode 7. There we go.
Necesitamos un poquito de vida social.
You're super duper 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 rich. No, you don't.
Salen de fiesta, se van al cine, se van a cenar.
Do you know, what's funny is each person that's involved with this sees the money that they've gained and how much money they've gained, what they want from life, what they want to do, and it all depends mainly on your age. Because she's young or youngish and he's even younger, she still wants to have a social life, go out, party, see things, see the world. I mean, there's certain parts of it are perfectly fine, but not with how you've obtained the money. And someone, say my age, would know not to even remotely risk that. It's strange how you want different things from life, depending on your circumstances and your age, and a lot of the times the person that you're with. So I don't know whether this just is Tokyo's got itchy feet and wants to just party away, or there's part and parcel of it that she doesn't really see the long-term thing with Rio at some point. So she's wanting to party, like we all do, before you get too old. And through selfishness, you put yourself on there right now. Here comes the exchange.
Helsinki.
I mean, they've done it. They're not much yet, but they've done it. Now then, what's the next move? Because I mean, that's stage 1 completed.
Corbata y todo. Es el único detalle que tenga la policía conmigo. Tú sí que estás guapa con este bol rojo.
¡Quiero volver a entrar! Calma. Dame más hombres. Explosivos. Estuvimos a punto. Voy a matarlo. ¡Que te calmes, por favor!
Tamayo. ¿Qué haces, idiota?
Es Arturo Román, exdirector de la Fábrica Nacional de Moneda y...
¡Putos locos! Podríais estar ahí fuera, viviendo la vidorra.
Yes, they could.
Y estáis aquí metidos en la puta boca del lobo. Con todo lo que has perdido, para mí es la hostia.
Yogurín.
Nos han ganado una batalla, pero no la guerra, así que levantadme ese ánimo, cojones. Una cosa para todos.
It ain't over yet.
Esta operación nunca ha existido. ¿Estamos?
¿En serio? Ese tío es como el Einstein de los atracos y nosotros hemos entrado con 5 geos por el váter.
Hemos hecho lo que era estrictamente necesario. ¿Qué hicieron los Navy Seals en la caza de Bin Laden?
Porque ese tío ha tenido años para pensar la respuesta. Por cada movimiento que hagamos, él ya tiene una réplica.
La vida dejó de importarme cuando lo perdí todo. Laura me abandonó y se llevó a los niños. Vivo en un apartamento que tiene una cocina en un armario. Escucha, yo sé que me porté fatal con las dos. Lo reconozco. 3 minutos del tiempo que tardaron esos terroristas en entrar y liarse a tiros contra todo el mundo. Te pido, por favor, no puedes juzgarme por esos 3 minutos. Hay cosas que nunca cambian, ¿eh? Mira cómo tiene.
Oh, for God's sake, dude, really? Here we go.
Cuando le decíamos que subir la mesa de...
You ain't doing that anymore.
Vuelve a tocarme y estás muerto.
Arturito Junior nunca va a saber quién fue su madre.
Well, they didn't last time.
¡A mí! ¡A su legítimo padre! ¡Por eso he entrado! ¿Entiendes?
Mi hijo se llama Cincinnati. Si averiguamos cómo van a sacarlo de ahí, solamente van a poder negociar una cosa, su rendición. Y para eso, interrogamos a todos los rehenes. Ni Dios se va a casa. Quiero saber si están trabajando. Tamayo, ¿cuánto cuesta un soplo que no resuelva esto?
No sé. ¿3 millones de euros?
¿Alguien da más? Y por esa cantidad de dinero, cualquier español vende a su madre.
Not just Spaniards.
Ángel, dame buenas noticias.
Tenemos algo, los han visto.
Bien.
Sé que lo han abandonado precipitadamente.
¿Crees que puede ser una trampa?
No, no lo creo. Voy a entrar. Han confirmado su identidad, coronel.
Muy bien, Ángel. Cuenta con el ejército, con la policía y con la madre que parió a Panete. Empieza la caza.
Cuéntame qué te daban de comer.
Una especie de pasta grumosa, como de harina y café.
How have they got him wired here? Have they planted something he doesn't know about?
Cuando me interrogaban me obligaban a respirar un gas, que no sé qué cojones era. Lo bueno es que por lo menos salía de la celda.
I really think they should have
A
checked.
veces hasta me sentaba.
Am I reading this right here? I'm sure I'm reading this right here because he's on the old style communication system that they're using with the radios, talking to the professor, and he's thinking that it's just those two that are having the conversation. But we all know that they're listening in. I'm thinking it's maybe some subdermal implant that they've put on him when they drugged him, which, to be honest, the fact that he's been in police custody and in interrogation and in effect a black site Guantanamo base style God knows what, the first thing I would have had done was for a scanner to go completely over him to make sure he's not wearing anything, just like she just did with Arturo. Whether that's a slip-up or not, I don't know.
Luego te enchufan con una manguera a presión. Si quieres que todo esto termine,
I'd be recording all
solo
this.
dinos dónde está el profesor.
Why do you think everything
Sabía
like
que no
this is
estábamos
all
en
separate cells and nobody knowing about anyone else? It's for
Cuando cambiaba la
interrogation
dirección del
purposes,
viento.
so what you don't know can't hurt you.
Podía escuchar la llamada a la oración de alguna mezquita.
Escúchame, ahora necesito que me cuentes exactamente lo que ocurrió cuando te sacaron de allí.
¿Dónde está mi mono rojo?
Si nos entregan a Río, lo más probable es que le hayan implantado un micro.
He does
Así que
now.
si hay sospechas, la palabra clave será pequeñas vacaciones. Sea cual sea la cavidad, os vamos a enseñar a extraerlo.
Oh,
¿Algún voluntario?
I mean, pig's the closest to human.
Estoy en contra del sufrimiento de los animales.
It's already dead.
Perdón, pero vos sos un soldado, mataste.
But you're okay killing people.
La gente es una cosa, animales otra.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an animal
Yo
lover
amo
as
a
well.
los
I would
animales.
stroll to do that. Hey, I fully admit I would rather see a person hurt, shot, tortured, whatever, before an animal. That's just the kind of person I am. And I know I'm not my own out there. But it is already a dead animal and it's for a very vital purpose. But then again, if you're squeamish about stuff like that I am, that would probably stop me from doing it anyway.
Estuve en guerra. Con un perro. Aquí, a mi lado. Todo el tiempo. Conmigo. Personas huían. Perro se quedaba. Desde entonces juré. No abro cerro.
Los dos fuera del aula.
¿Yo? Pues ha sido culpa suya que no quiere abrir el puto cerdo.
Salgas.
Salgo. Como salga le voy a meter una puta.
Ahora.
Muy bien.
La policía sabe que sois pareja y lleváis 2 meses sin veros. Es importante que crean que tienen acceso a vuestra intimidad para que no sospechen.
Pensando que estaba en el puto corredor de la muerte y tú lo utilizas así.
Es el momento de conseguir una pieza fundamental, Raquel, fundamental.
Ese es el problema, que yo estoy aquí, ¿verdad? Y preferirías hacer esto tú solo, como un lobo solitario.
Like a GreyWolf.
Vamos a hablar claro de una vez. ¿Qué está pasando? Sergio, mírame. ¿Qué está pasando?
Mi hermano podría mezclar una relación con todo esto. Yo no me resulta imposible. No puedo. Raquel, yo soy un ajedrecista y Bobby Fischer jamás hubiera ido a enfrentarse con Spassky y con su novia al lado.
Chess players, how they having an opponent,
soy la
not someone
novia
at
de
their
nadie.
side.
Te gané la partida, Raquel.
So, he just said that.
Me ganaste la partida. Debo de ser una idiota.
It's going south.
Que yo creía que nos habíamos enamorado.
Entonces, ¿pasa algo?
No,
Oh, señor.
nothing, sir. No, everything's perfectly fine. He was just wishing he had a camera at the same time.
Tío, yo siempre nos dijimos la verdad follando. Pero no siempre quieres escuchar la verdad.
Tokio, no puedo seguir contigo. He estado pensando mucho.
Oh.
Y me he dado cuenta de que tú siempre has ido por delante y yo detrás. Como un perrillo. En la isla, después de 3 días, estaba como loco. Y eso es una mierda.
We've all been there, dude.
Tokio, tú necesitas esto. Sí, yo lo siento, de verdad. Pero no quiero vivir en tu montaña rusa.
He's right. What was I saying about her, though?
No me dejes, por favor.
Then why did you leave?
No me dejes.
Fucking relationships, honestly.
No me dejes.
Y nos tomaremos un vino y nos reiremos de esto.
Pero si yo quiero volver a la isla contigo.
Then why did you leave?
Acércate. Más.
Where is it? Is it dead or is it somewhere else?
Entrenamiento de trabajo bajo presión.
His OCD just doesn't allow it, does it?
Punto 1. Dispersión. En caso de ser localizados, tendremos el doble de posibilidades.
Stop talking.
Si nos separamos, y eso lo tendremos que hacer.
It will lose track of you under the tree line.
No estoy escuchando el punto 2, profesor.
Dinero, una red de camuflaje, una manta térmica, una pistola y agua para sobrevivir un mínimo de 72. Pero nosotros no vamos a huir. Vamos a quedar ahí, quietos, pase lo que pase. O sea, pocos metros de ellos y no nos verán, siempre y cuando nos ocultemos en los primeros 4 minutos.
Up you go.
Nos vamos a esconder.
A 7-8 metros del suelo.
Damn. It's going to at some point. It's not under remote control. That's
Ya
what's
deberías
aware.
estar en posición.
Oh, fuck.
Hay militares. No me da tiempo.
No. Cíñete al plan.
Hello. Nothing to say here.
¡Quiero a toda la policía científica allí! ¡Les hemos pillado en bragas, señores! ¡Seguro que esa ambulancia está llena de pruebas! ¡Vamos!
Does she even have time to just get out of the immediate area and use another tree or what?
A unos 2 kilómetros al noroeste del epicentro. Hay militares por todas partes. ¿Has conseguido subir?
No, he tenido que improvisar.
He doesn't like when people improvise his plans.
Por cualquier información que ayude a capturar al profesor o a desmantelar el atraco. El apoyo popular está siendo una de las grandes preocupaciones de la policía.
Todos los rehenes dicen que este tío se llevó a unos cuantos para que le ayudaran.
¡Tienen que estar por aquí! Dados a los perros las muestras que encontramos en la autocaravana. ¡Hay que darle la vuelta a este bosque! ¡Que no quede una hoja sin levantar!
Now, will a single soldier think to lock up? We'll see. Okay, guys, episode 7. That was actually really good. I was wondering, because obviously this was the episode where we're going to see them all reunite with Rio, and it didn't make sense to me that when Arturo pulled that stupid move, one of the first things that Monica did was to scan him and just make sure that he's not wired. Why wouldn't he have done that with him? But the professor was already on it. He knew they would be. It was why he was asking him all these questions, and for them to just continue like normal, why he gave this code word of a quick vacation. Was it quick vacation? Whatever. But it's kind of him and Tokyo have not gone where I thought of, there's nothing like a bit of torture and being held where he was and the things that he had done to him for him to have plenty of time to think as to whether he's going to die today or the next day, as he just said. And if somehow he doesn't and he some miraculously gets out of this, which I'm sure he wasn't thinking about, but he'd already made the decision, it already cleared in his own mind that he has kind of followed her around like a lapdog since day one, and all the excitement, all the adrenaline, the heist, the sex, the running around, the money, it's enough for her for a little while. And then even with millions and millions of dollars, she gets bored. It's what set all of this in motion. So he's decided he can't be with her. And the one moment she's decided probably the opposite. This is why it's a fiery relationship when you're with someone like that, whether it's the guy or the girl. It does tend to be when you're younger. You know, you don't tend to get many 50 or 60-year-olds that are like that, which is what I was saying in the episode. So, as far as Tokyo's concerned, she lost him. It was her fault. They've gone through all of this to get him back, and now he's shut down. But I do remember what Denver's father said to him. What his father said to him all the time, and he's like, you leave a path of destruction in your wake. You leave dead bodies behind you, broken hearts behind you, and you have guys and boys run around you like a lapdog, and you are perfectly happy to be around them, entertain them, sleep with them, spend, doing whatever it is you're doing, having an adventure till you get bored. And there's plenty of people like that. I've met people like that. I was a little like that myself when I was younger. But it's come at the most inopportune time for her. So we've got that going on. And then we've also got the Professor and Raquel at loggerheads as well, because he's used to being able to just focus and just, like he says, I'm a chess player. A chess player has one opponent, his enemy, in effect, his nemesis. And he doesn't have someone on the sidelines helping him out. But saying, yeah, you know all about police procedures and everything, but I beat you. Yes, you did, but probably wasn't the best thing to say to her. What you're basically saying is you broke her down and beat her into submission. That's what the relationship is really about, and the fact that you begrudge her being here because you can't focus. Meanwhile, there's now a $10 million reward out for anyone to try and get the Professor. Not sure that's going to happen. But this, at the end here, with staying in the absolute epicenter, staying in the area because they'd expect them to run. They now know they're not in the van. I don't know if Raquel has made a very wise decision here in basically being on the ground, wherever it is, whether it's in a building or hiding or whatever. Because, as I've just mentioned, they've already got all the soldiers there looking, but like I said, they're not at war. They're not in Iraq, or they're not wherever. Are they thinking to look upwards? If you're in a war zone, you might do kamikaze, snipers, whatever. But a civilian that's just criminal, that's usually, the Professor. Everyone involved, all of them know that the Professor is the brains behind everything. You wouldn't expect him to do that. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, we'll be back for the season finale. Like I said, there's only 8 episodes to this season. I think there's only 8 to the next one as well. But it's definitely ramping up. We'll take it from there. So I will be back with episode 8 next week. Till then, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. By all means, post your comments down below. What I will say is I've just found out, as I was putting this episode on tonight, that Netflix have released another money heist called Money Heist Korea. I'll have to have a look into that. I don't know much about it, but if it's another version of like this but based in Korea, and it's all a Korean stage and setting, we may have to go on to that when we finish this. But that's a bit further down the road. But I've just happened to spot it. Anyway, if you know anything more about that than me, by all means, put it in the comments. Right, if you do want to watch the full-length episode, check the link in the description. That will take you over to Patreon as usual, where you can watch all of the full-length episodes over there, including all the rest of the other shows. There's probably about 1,800 episodes over on there now, so I'm sure you got plenty to choose from. If you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate a quick thumbs up. Do not forget to hit the subscribe. I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers this year, and the only people who can help me do that is you guys. I would very much appreciate it. Right, see you for episode 8. Take care.